Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome to day one of Millionaire Mindset Mornings. Okay, so every morning in September, I am going to be going live at 8 a.m. to share tips and strategies with entrepreneurs, business owners. If you have a side hustle, just to help you grow your business, help you to generate more sales, or if you have been sitting on the sidelines and you've had a side hustle idea or a business idea, we are going to be or I am going to be sharing tips and strategies with you to turn your idea into income. So that's what we are going to be doing. Really quick, I'm going to do a quick social media check and then we're going to hop into this and get started. So whether you are catching it live, because I know for today this is a holiday, so it might be a little bit early in the morning for you. So whether you're catching it live or you're catching the replay, just catch all the gems that I am going to be dropping for you and make sure you are applying it to your business, okay? Because that is going to be the whole purpose of it. So you can level up your business. So I'm good there. Let me check one other spot. And then we are going to get into today's go to my last place. So I will also be in tomorrow. It is Tipsy Tuesday. We are doing our let's see. Okay, so I'm good there. We are doing our side hustle workshop as well on Tuesday night at 10 p.m. So tune into that as well. Also, really taking you step by step into creating income for your business. On Tuesday, we're actually going to be talking about money and everything and how you can make some money in your business. All right, but I'm good on all ends. So let me pull up my notes so we can get started. All right. So here we go. So I hope y'all check this out every morning. And like I said, if not, check out the replay so that you can apply the different things that I'm talking about to your actual business. But this first week that we are getting started, y'all, guess what we are talking about? We are talking about mindset, okay? This is going to be a mindset reset because oftentimes we need to reset our mindset in order to be able to grow our business and for us to be successful in our business. Okay. So if you're chasing coins, sometimes instead of us chasing our coins, you got to fix what's going on up here, what's going on in your mind, because you'll be running around in circles because you have the wrong mindset when it comes to your business. Okay. Your business, your money, it can only grow as big as your mindset is. So if you're limited in terms of your funds, or if you're limited because you're like, my business gets to this certain point or my side hustle gets to this certain point and then I can't expand anymore, it could be because that's the limit for your mindset. So you got to expand your mindset. We're going to be talking about limiting beliefs that are holding us back and keeping us from being successful. Okay. So this week is all about laying the foundation, because it doesn't matter how many business tips I give you. It doesn't matter how many gems I drop. It doesn't matter how many practical steps I might tell you to take. If you don't have the right mindset when it comes to your money and when it comes to your business, everything I'm saying to you will go in one ear and out the other because you don't have the belief. You don't believe in yourself or believe in your business enough to be able to even apply the tips and strategies that I'm going to be sharing with you. So that's why this week we are talking all about mindset and resetting that mindset. Because if your mindset is stuck on broke, guess what? Your business is also going to be staying stuck as well. Okay. But nevertheless, we are going to be changing that. Now, Hopefully today is probably going to be one of the longest videos, but typically when I come on here in the morning, I'm going to try and talk for less than 10 minutes. 10 minutes or less is what I'm going to be giving you to give you these little golden nuggets. But today is going to be a little bit longer just because this is our kickoff. This is our first day. All right. So if you saw the title or anything like that, you know it says your business or your side hustle, it ain't broke. It's your mindset that's broke. So we're going to talk really quickly about why mindset matters and then get into today's specific topic, okay? Because mindset matters is because if you say in your business, or even in this, you can actually apply this if you're not even a business owner. But if you say in your business, hey, I can't charge that much. And how you can apply it if you don't have a business is if you're working a job, a 9 to 5 or whatever, and you're like, I can't make this that much. I'll never be able to make X dollars an hour or get whatever salary. All of that is a broken mindset. So if you say, I can't charge that much, guess what? The people you attract, they're not going to pay that much. They're not going to pay the amount that you've already limited yourself to. And same thing for those who are working in jobs and stuff like that. If you don't believe that you can make a higher salary, guess what? You're going to be limited to jobs and positions where you're making a lower salary, okay? Because you attract people who have similar mindset, or you attract the things that line up with your mindset. If you keep saying you don't have time, guess what? You're not going to make time for your business. You're not going to have the time. You can be like, I could be doing this, I could be doing that in my business, but I just don't have the time. You can't say that, okay? You have to figure out how those are limiting beliefs. And these are things that we tell ourselves all the time. So I have definitely done it. I have recently done it. So every day you have to reset your mind. You have to reset that mindset and get rid of any negative thoughts that might be clouding them up and might be cluttering your mind so that you can be successful in what you need to achieve today for your business and for in life. Okay. So mindset is the thermostat of your business. Okay. I think I just said something there. Your mindset is the thermostat for your business. And I've used this analogy before, but I'm going to use it again. The analogy between a thermostat and a thermometer. So a thermostat, everyone should have a thermostat probably has a thermostat in their house. I don't know if everyone has a thermometer, but everybody has a thermostat in the house. What the thermostat does is the thermostat sets the temperature. So if you hot, guess what? You're going to adjust that thermostat so the air will come on so it can cool you off. If you're cold, guess what? You're going to set the thermostat and you're going to adjust it so it can heat up your room or heat up your home or whatever. So the thermostat controls the temperature. All right. It controls the temperature in the room, in the building, and that kind of thing. A thermometer, on the other hand, just measures the temperature. It doesn't have any control over it. It just measures whatever the temperature is for that particular setting. So whatever the temperature is in the particular room, that's what the thermometer is going to say. But the thermostat is the one that controls what that temperature is going to be. And you have to look at that for your business. Your mindset is the thermostat for your business. So what is your mindset telling your business? What temperature is it setting for your business? Is it setting a broke temperature? Is it setting a limited temperature, limited in what you're able to achieve, limited in terms of how many clients you can attract, limited in terms of the amount of money that you're making? Or is your mindset thermostat, is it setting the temperature for your business for growth, for abundance, for overflow? Is that what your thermostat is set at for your business when it comes to your mindset? So really look at that. Or are you just being a thermometer? And you like, well, nobody in my family has ever been able to do this. So I know I'm probably not going to be able to make as much money, or I'm probably not going to be as successful. Or the people in my business, they were able to work, people in my family, they had a business and they usually only were able to maintain it for, like a couple of years. And then, things fell off. So that's probably how long I'll be in business or whatever. What are the limiting beliefs that you're telling yourself? And are you setting the right temperature for your business? What is your thermostat set to when it comes to your business? Or are you just being a thermometer and going off the vibes of what you see around you? Okay. And sometimes, and we'll talk about this too in the coming weeks as well. Sometimes you got to check the temperature as well, and check the people that you're surrounding yourself with, because you are acting as a thermometer, and because of the people around you, they are setting you at a temperature that is way below what you're able to achieve. But I'm going to say it one more time. Your mindset is the thermostat of your business. You can't expect millionaire results with minimum wage beliefs. All right. Let me say that again. You can't expect millionaire results with minimum wage beliefs. And it's quite funny because I actually was speaking to someone about this maybe a couple of weeks ago. They said that they had a business, and I was giving her some business tips and some business ideas and things of that nature. And she blew my mind, not in a good way, when she was like, I probably could make, $50 a day in my business. And I was like, $50? I was like, why can't you make more? And she proceeded to list out a whole bunch of different things about why she could only make $50. $50. And she had like several hours to do this thing or whatever. But yeah, so you can't expect millionaire results with minimum wage beliefs. Your mindset is a thermostat for your business. I'm actually going to put that in the chat. And if this is resonating with you, let me know as well. And then we actually are going to get into today's topic so I can actually wrap up for you. Because like I said, today is probably going to be longer just because I most mornings it hold on. All right, so I'm back. But I was just saying, most mornings it is going to be 10 minutes or less that we are going to be hopping on and talking about the different things for the day. All right. So let me put this in the chat really quickly. Mindset is a thermostat of your business. Please remember that. What is your thermostat set at? Are you setting it for the right temperature? And I'm just going to use this common example of a business owner. So most successful business owners that you probably admire or that you probably know, they didn't always start with perfect resources, but they started with a decision, and usually that decision required a mindset shift. So we're going to talk real quick about Oprah. Oprah didn't start with millions or billions, because she's a billionaire, y'all. She started with a vision and a belief that her voice mattered. And now she owns networks, she has brands, and she's leaving a legacy. But if she had told herself something as simple as this: nobody will listen to me. How many of us have said that? Nobody will listen to me. Nobody's going to buy what I have. Nobody is going to use the service that I have. Nobody's going to get the products that I have. How many of us have said that to ourselves? So if Oprah would have said, nobody will listen to me, I don't deserve to be on TV, we would have never gotten the Oprah Winfrey that we know today. So I want you to insert your name. What limiting beliefs are you saying where we're not getting the full extent of you that we need to see today? What limiting beliefs you have? So, and I want you to challenge yourself to check your mindset, because sometimes, like I said, we hear this stuff, we go in one ear out the other. Check your mindset and ask yourself, is it really that my side hustle is broke, or is it my belief system that's broke? Is it really my business that's broke, or is it my belief system that's broke? And like I said, these tips can also be applied to someone who works a 9 to 5. All right. Is your mindset the one that's broke? All right. So that's why we're talking about this today. Your side hustle ain't broke, your mindset is. All right. And real quick, we are going to be talking about some common limiting beliefs and how you can flip those limiting beliefs to a positive spin. All right. So this is going into the topic for today. So the first thing we have that a lot of people do, because I see it all the time, and y'all know I fuss at y'all about not charging what you're worth. Okay. Y'all undercharge for services and products that you provide. All right. So you're not charging what you're worth. So a limiting belief could be, I can't charge that much. You might be telling yourself that I can't charge that much. Nobody gonna pay me for that. Nobody's gonna pay that for that. Okay. When there's plenty of people paying for different things. But how you can flip that limiting belief is, instead of saying I can't charge that much, say the right people will pay me because I provide value. All right. I'm going to say it again. The right people will pay me because I provide value. I tell y'all all the time on my channel, like, I don't worry about the people who don't support my business or who don't buy from me. I always say they're just not my ideal client, right? I say they're not my ideal client. They're not my ideal customer. But essentially what I'm saying is what I just told you here. The right people will pay me because I provide value. And that's why I say the people who don't want to pay me, they're not my right client. They're not my right customer because they don't see the value that I provide. And I'm okay with that. Everybody is not going to see it, but I will attract the right people who will pay me because I provide value. And that's what you have to say to yourself, because when you don't say that to yourself, going back to the thermostat and the thermometer analogy, now someone has come up to you and they say, no, I ain't paying that. It shouldn't cost that. Now you start hearing those things. You start hearing the feedback from other people. And guess what you do? You start dropping your price or discounting your price. And that's being the thermometer. That's not being the thermostat. Okay. You're going off of the temperature of other people in the room. All right. Or who's telling you, I ain't paying that for that. I can do that myself. And it won't even cost me that much. Is what some people might be telling you or whatever. And because of that, you start adjusting your price or not believing in your business, or you stop promoting your business and stop promoting your products and your services because you become the thermometer and you're starting to believe what the people are saying. Okay. Another limiting belief, because let me see. Yes, I'm going to quickly move on because we are running out of time, y'all. Another limiting belief you have is I don't have enough time. We're going to flip that to I create time for what matters most. All right. Sometimes we say we don't have enough time because we are scared to see what will happen if we actually took the time to create the thing, to promote the business, to put it out there. Oh, I don't have time to post on social media about my business, but you got time to scroll. You got time to be watching these different reels and videos and keying, but you don't have time to make a post about your business and post it on your page or post it on your business page. No, you create time for what matters most. And either your business doesn't matter to you like you say it does, or you're scared of, once again, the feedback that you might receive from people when they see you posting about your business. And now you're the thermometer again, instead of the thermostat, and setting the temperature for your business. All right. Another limiting belief that you might have is I'm not ready yet. And I talked about this the other day. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready. I got to do this. And there are times where you got to get stuff together. Okay. I'm not saying, throw up a shoddy business that's just, thrown together carelessly. That is not what I'm saying. But sometimes we are ready. It might not be perfect, but it's enough for us to get started and make adjustments along the way. It's enough. But you keep saying, I'm not ready. Instead, you can say, I learn and grow as I go. Okay. I learn and grow as I go. What you start off with now, it doesn't have to be permanent. Nobody says it has to be permanent. So stop saying, I'm not ready yet. Take what you have. Make sure you have enough now. Sometimes, like I said, we don't want no shady business. Take what you have and move and operate with that and learn as you go and make adjustments as you go. And it says, I learn and grow as I go. Growth is the key now, because if you're growing, then you're developing. And that means growing means that you're changing. All right. It's amazing how we expect our money to grow as we go along, but we don't really understand that as our money grows, that means our business is growing and developing and changing too. So just like you want your money to grow, your business is going to look different ways at different stages and at different iterations of it. Okay. So, how you start the business is not going to be what it looks like when you make six figures or seven figures, because we're talking about millionaire mindsets here. So, just keep that in mind. Start with what you have and go from there. It's not going to look like how you started always, because if you're growing, it's definitely going to look different. And it should look different in a good way, because you've grown to the next level. You've gone to the next level. And hopefully, as you're going and growing to the next level, you're learning things. Okay. Another limiting belief you have is, I need more followers first. If I get, a few more followers, or once I hit 1,000 followers, then I'll start doing stuff. No, you don't. We gonna flip that. I only need the right people, not everyone, because I told you that everyone isn't your ideal customer. Even though your product, your service might benefit everyone is not your ideal customer. So instead of saying I need more followers first, because you don't even know if these followers are the right people for you, say I only need the right people, not everyone. Okay. So we're just flipping these money beliefs. Okay. We talked about, pricing, how you're afraid of charging too high. Don't discount yourself. Don't discount your business. If you keep lowering your prices just to get clients, then you're just attracting bargain hunters, okay, and not loyal customers. All right. So remember, keep that in mind. We also talked about our limiting beliefs when it comes to time. Um, we have excuses versus execution when it comes to that. So if you make time to scroll, if you make time for Netflix, if you make time for TikTok and that kind of thing, that's proof that you have time. You're just not prioritizing your time. All right. And then also, we talked about as you're changing and evolving, start small and grow big. All right. So you can always grow from there. And the last thing that I just mentioned is one of our limiting mindset beliefs is so waiting for there we go. I'm back. Sorry, y'all. I don't know what's going on with my internet. So if you're waiting for perfect conditions, that can cause a permanent pause in your business. All right. So we already talked about, don't wait until you're ready, because otherwise you'll never move. Learn while you earn. Okay. Learn while you earn. So because you keep growing and evolving as you keep going. All right. So that's pretty much all I had, because I am going over. But we got to shift our mindsets, y'all. We have to shift our mindsets when it comes to our business, our side hustle, just in life in general. Okay. Because like I said, these tips can apply to you even if you're working a 9 to 5. Because if you have a broke mindset, you can easily blow through like $10,000. But if you have a growth mindset, you can turn $1,000 into $10,000. So, people win the lottery and they don't keep the money. Why they don't keep the money? Because they have a broke mindset. Okay. And I told you before, it's easy to make money. It's hard to keep money. And part of the reason it's hard for us to keep money, or hard for some of us to keep money, is because of our mindset that keeps limiting us in terms of how we view and how we value money and our income. All right. So that's all I pretty much have for today. I want you to put one limiting belief that you've been repeating to yourself. I want you to put it in the comments and put how you're going to flip it into an empowering one, into a positive one. And I want you to say it out loud every morning this week, whatever that limiting belief is. And please drop it in the chat so I can see what you're dealing with, as well as support you and encourage you when you flip that limiting belief. Okay. So this was day 1. We're just getting started, y'all. We have a whole week set up where I'm going to be talking about your mindset and how you can set your mind up so that you can make millions. And tomorrow we're just going to dive even deeper. into that. So tomorrow, the mindset thing that we're going to be talking about is dream killers. Okay. Jesus, the people who drain your energy, your time, before your business even gets off the ground. So you definitely don't want to miss tomorrow with these energy vampires that we're going to be talking about and how they could be affecting your business. Okay, so make sure you tune in at 8 a.m. Or if you're catching a replay, make sure you put replay in the chat. Also drop some fire emojis in the chat for me to let me know that this has been resonating with you. And I am going to leave you with this last thing. I want you to remember that your mindset is the soil. If you plant seeds of doubt, then you grow weeds. But if you plant seeds of belief, you grow businesses. Okay. So I'm going to say that one more time. Your mindset is the soil. If you plant seeds of doubt, then you're going to grow weeds. But if you plant seeds of belief, you grow businesses. All right. So that's all I have. I hope this was helpful. Still rocks. Good to see you. He put some fire emojis in the chat. Thank you so much. I hope you've been doing good. I haven't seen you in a while. So I hope everything is going good. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow morning, and we'll have another millionaire mindset tip for our Millionaire Mindset Morning. So hope y'all have a wonderful day. Take care, guys.